Welcome, Woven Ones. This is Generations Woven, where the voices of 3 generations blend into one tapestry of truth, laughter, love, and life. Today's episode is called You.
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 That ties us all through the rises, through the falls. We are stronger when we stand as one, together shining like the sun. Generations.
So when
woven
conflicts hit,
hand in hand.
most of us go straight into defense mode and we say, you always do this, you never do that, and suddenly we're fighting instead of connecting. In this episode, we're going to explore how shifting from you statements to I statements builds respect, emotional clarity, and healthier relationships. We share real moments where changing our language changes the outcome. Plus, generational nuances is how each of us learn to communicate growing up. Well, I'd like to talk today about something that I learned quite a while ago. Unfortunately, not when my children were little, because I would have loved to have that skill, but I learned it from a lady who had 12 children.
Wow.
And it was how she talked to her children, and it was like, can you teach me that? And so I can give you an example. Okay, you're a busy mom. You come home. You go in the bathroom before you get ready to cook supper, right? You walk in, and here the bathroom, it looks like a pigsty. I mean, it's got towels on the floor. It's got clothes, dirty clothes they just climbed out of to get in the shower. There's a toothpaste with the cap off, squeezed in the middle. I mean, you know the picture I'm talking about, okay? And so what do you want to immediately do? We're going to say Johnny's. Johnny's.
We want to yell, like, what?
Yeah.
Johnny! And Johnny comes running, and you normally would probably say, what are you doing? I get home from work. I worked all day. I'm tired. I still have to cook supper, and I walk into this mess. You need to pick up those clothes. You need to pick up those towels. You need to put the cap on the tooth. La, 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 la. Now, what's Johnny doing? Just visualize what Johnny's doing.
I think he's zoning out.
He's zoned out.
Yeah.
He's like rolling his eyes.
I haven't seen you all day.
Good to
and
see
this
you
is-
too, Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Okay,
Johnny don't care.
Let's try to turn this around. Now, it takes some work, but it's a skill you'll never want to get rid of once you learn it. You walk in, and here's the same scenario. The bathroom is trashed. So take a moment, take a breath if you have to before you blow up, okay? And you say, Johnny, I need to talk to you a minute. He comes, what? Well, now here's the key. You have to recognize who has the problem. It's obviously not Johnny. He would have picked it up long ago. You have the problem, and you need to own it. And there's the hard part. Because he's upsetting your day even worse, okay?
Mhm.
So what you do is you say, Johnny, I'm really having a problem here. I worked hard all day. I'm tired. I got to cook supper. And I walked in, and this mess is here. And I don't know if you can help me with it or not, but it would really help me if you could pick up the mess in here and put the toothpaste away in that. And I'd really appreciate it. Now, I want you to envision in your mind, what do you think Johnny's doing now?
I think you'll feel empathy, maybe love, and maybe a little regret.
Yeah, a little bit of, oh, she's right. Like, I
Yeah.
did kind of leave this
Exactly.
a mess. An acknowledgement.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially when you say it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not
It just changes the dynamics. It's like a paradigm shift almost. And you do it not just with kids, in relationships. It's very interesting. So what do you guys think? Do you think you could use it? Trust me, it feels foreign because we're so used to knee-jerk reacting
yeah.
Yeah.
to situations or what people say.
Mm.
Okay.
No, Judy, This is new. I wish
Mhm.
I've learned that 30 years ago.
Exactly.
But it's the difference between responding and reacting.
Mm.
When we see that, I can tell you I would like to react. But like you said, I think if for a moment, if you can just pause and go, who owns the problem?
Yeah.
That's an absolute mind shift. And then how do you communicate that in such a way that the other person, and it shifts, then takes on the responsibility and the issue?
It's learning how to say things. Like,
Wow.
that's really what this is. And it seems like it could be used in any type of situation.
Yeah.
So how would we use it in the case of I have I don't know, I'm really just winging something here of thoughts, but I have a coworker who it doesn't get something done on time, right? And I have to then do my job late because they didn't get me the project I need for me to finish my piece. How could I use this? Because it is my problem. It's my problem that they didn't get it done on time. Or not my problem, but it's my problem because I'm upset about it.
If you're upset about it.
I'm upset about it. They don't care because they're getting their job done and they're like, okay, well, I got it done before, the whole thing has to be turned
Let's
in.
give Sally as a name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sally.
So let's role play once.
Okay.
Okay, I'm coming in. You don't have the stuff done I need done. Okay. And I find that out and I say, Sally, I'm really having a problem and I don't know if you can help me with it. But when you don't get these things done on time, it pulls me behind. Now, I don't know if you can help me or not, but do you think you could try to get these things done so it doesn't lag me behind in my things that I'm doing?
Yeah. Just so simple. That sounds so simple.
It does.
Mhm.
But something in addition to that, I think, especially in a business environment, because you're part of a team. So in a team setting or at work, you're not in isolation. You're not doing stuff on your own. It has a repercussion for the bigger team.
Mhm.
So what I would suggest is to call that person in and say,
Mhm.
we as a team would like to perform well. We're just a dynamic team. But in order to do that, it trickles down, but also up. So when you finish this, I still have to go and do that. And we want and make it a we situation as opposed to, oh, I'm done. Yeah, sorry for my boss. She's not going to be in time, finish it in time.
Mhm.
But to foster that teamwork, that we're all together, because I think when you do that the right way, as opposed to this, when there's lagging and we're not done yet, somebody that might have some extra time might be able to go, I have time, can I help? Because it's a team.
Mhm.
And then the you becomes we.
Yep. Well, it changes everything.
Yeah, you're right.
I remember one time she was sort of a friend, you know what I mean, an acquaintance, not a close friend or anything. But she had a habit of talking about people behind their back. Like they'd walk out and she'd, la, 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 la. She had a habit of gossiping about people. And I remember after I learned this skill, it's like, it drives me crazy when she does that. And so one day I said, Joan, I said, when you talk about people when they leave, it makes me feel uncomfortable. And I know I have a problem with that, but, it would make me feel better about you if you had to talk about them, it was positive things.
It's a way to shift.
Stopped.
Wow.
It stopped immediately and never did it again. But it was like, sometimes they're not even aware that they've got that habit.
Mhm.
Or when people do things to disappoint you, don't hesitate. Just say, I have a problem when you do this, and I don't like feeling bad about you. Could you help me by?
I love that.
And
It's gold, you guys.
It is. It should be. I mean, that would be easier than the alternative, which is to just not talk to them,
Ooh.
right? We do that.
Yeah.
But this is putting it in a way that frames it to make it about you, which is so much easier to communicate to someone else. Because yes, when you're, flying kind of off the handle at your kid, like that's one thing. But if you're trying to build a better relationship with somebody and you want to keep that person in your life, but if you don't like something like that, it's easier to be like, I'm just not going to call them because every time I have to hear them talk about people, and then it makes me feel like a little icky, right? Because I
That's
agree.
exactly what happens.
Yeah.
You don't feel good about them, and I don't
Yeah.
like not feeling good about you.
Yeah.
But what a great way of saying, when you do that, then I don't like you that much.
I mean,
I love
it's a much
that.
prettier way to say it.
It's a very nice. And probably that person really just wants your approval and you're okay. So now directly you're saying, when you do that, I don't like you anymore.
Yeah, I just say it doesn't make me feel good about you.
Yeah.
And that tends to be
That's
a little
cold.
softer.
Yeah.
Much
and
softer
hurtful.
than,
Uh,
I don't like when you talk like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, and whatever works for you, but it's just a whole new way of communicating. And like I said, when you first do it, it's like, oh my God, does this feel
Different.
strange?
Yeah. It's just
It's not the
practicing.
norm because we're not used to it.
Yeah. We're
When you-
so used to like pointing fingers and you this and you
You,
that.
you.
Yeah, to change that whole dialogue and say, I have a problem.
That's the hardest
It's
part
amazing.
in doing this method.
Yeah.
Is the very first thing you have to do is identify who has the problem. I remember a friend of mine always wanted their son to take out the garbage, and he'd stroll right on by, and it would drive her insane. And I said, why don't you try this? It ain't gonna work. Well, give it a shot. It might not work the first time.
Yeah.
Just keep trying. Well, I'll be darned if he didn't turn around, because she said, I know it's not a big deal to take out the garbage, but I have a problem when you don't. Then I don't feel good about you. And it would really help me if you just pitch in, take it out when you go, and then I don't have to get all upset. Could you do that?
Wow. What a difference.
Yeah.
Changed. I mean, it might have taken a time or two, but I mean, it was amazing
Mm-hmm.
how.
It's just doing it. It's just learning, understanding how to use this tool, how to identify what you said, who's got the problem, and then use I messages.
And it's hard to admit that you're the one with a problem. Didn't bother him not to take out the garbage.
No. Same thing with your kids not cleaning their room.
Yeah.
If they wanted to clean their room, they would do it. If it bothered them, they would do
Sure.
it. But it bothers us. And so we have to change that perspective
In a
instead
kind
of
way.
in a kind way. Yeah,
Right.
because then they're more receptive, right? I'm more receptive if, I know we joke, we call it Judaisms.
Oh, really?
Yes, she knows. She knows. We've talked about it. But it is. And, the way that Judy can, use these I messages that helps us to help her.
Yeah.
Right? What do you guys think about this? I think that plant would look really nice over there. What are your thoughts? Yeah, that would look really nice, Judy. Do you want me to move it? I would love for you to move that plant. So it is a skill. It is, and I will take it because I've learned it in some cases, in some ways.
Sounds like a Judaism.
It's a Judaism, but I love it.
On the way in, do you mind getting me a cup of coffee? We're going into the bathroom,
But it almost sounds like everybody's winning. When you do it like that,
Because
there
we're
are no
happy.
losers.
There's not. You don't feel like you're doing something for somebody who's ungrateful.
Yes.
You feel like you're doing something for somebody who asked it in a way that is more approachable, more comforting. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I don't feel like I'm doing a chore. I feel like I'm helping somebody. I don't know.
It makes sense because
Yeah.
you're pulling it out of the immediate where you're saying, and I don't like it when I don't, like you or love you. It's a much bigger thing because I want to be liked by my parents or by my boss or other people. So doing this itty bitty little thing like taking out the trash or whatever then becomes very small. I
And it
like
gives them
that.
accountability.
Yeah.
Before it was you were nagging them to do it.
which didn't work anyway.
Didn't
Yeah.
work. And yeah, exactly.
That perspective is really good because then they're almost making the decision to do it
Right.
Or-
versus being told to do it.
Yeah.
You know, that I think is another piece with what we
Big piece of the
enjoy.
puzzle.
Yeah, is we don't like to be told what to do.
No, nobody does. Doesn't
No.
matter
Oh,
how big you
I
are.
love to be told what to do.
I-
Well,
Just kidding.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if somebody just told me what to do sometimes, but as long as it's in that loving way,
Yes.
right? But I really think that this is something
I like it.
to hold on to. I feel like this is something that we need to practice more across the board because I don't see a strong negative in this at all. I just look at
No.
it as a great way to
I
approach
just
things.
feel bad I didn't have the skills when my children were young.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is we get to pass it on
Mhm.
True.
to those moms that are in the position we used to be. And it's still a golden nugget in a Judaism. So I think,
Yeah.
yes, please.
That Judaism.
New-
Golden nugget.
New
I
term
like
here,
it.
ladies. Okay. Oh, the next time you feel yourself about to say, you always, you never, pause. Take a breath and shift the sentence to an I message. But first of all, identify who has the problem, and most likely it's you. And say, I'm having the problem. State the problem and ask, is there anything that you can do to help me with this? Give them an opportunity to shine. Now, notice how the conversation changes when you speak from ownership instead of accusation. Because when you lead with I, you create space for understanding, not defense. Until next time, God bless.
That ties us all